Hello, everybody. I am Hawco. That
is a pre-death Carnell.
and this is our lovely guest,
Deanna.
Welcome to the Hawco and Carnell show. So before we get into some topics that we want to discuss this week, and our lovely guest, and an amazing story that she has as well, and also a corroborating story that almost turned into hell,
you can say it.
if you will, shit.
Say it. H-E-double hockey stick.
We want to let you know we're in our new studio space. So we weren't on last week because we finally, with the partner in crime, Mr. Brian Murphy, we got our own space that we're getting ready to design, paint, floor, put pictures up.
It's going to be amazing.
Green screen, yeah. I mean, we're going to be putting in a lot of work into this place. So when people walk in there, they go, damn. Like,
It's a
all
really
right,
nice
cool.
space.
And it's a nice open
Yeah.
space, and it's free for open design. So we apologize for not being on last week. I know we kind of strung it along a little bit about what was going on, but here we are. I'm sweating like a banshee, you know,
I'm not.
like on the court, ready to hear a guilty plea. It is so hot.
Right?
So we're gonna get some AC
Sitting
units
on the
in
mound,
here.
waiting for the gallows.
Dude, waiting for the gallows. Imminent death.
That's how I be sweating right now.
Thank you for tuning in. So we want to discuss quite a few things that's going on this week. So first and foremost, how was your week, brother?
My week has been super sweaty so far.
Well, I can't imagine why with that carpet on your face. I mean, we're gonna keep
It's
discussing.
capturing the microphone right now. Leave it
It's
alone.
capturing like bug shit is what it's capturing.
I didn't know he has such an interest for my facial hair.
You know what it is? I miss your sexy face. I feel like
You're
like Rip Van Winkle without the apples, bro.
One of the guys in the North
Or anything
End,
cool going
he
on
says
for him.
today, he goes, dude, I seen your post. And I'm like, yeah, what are you talking about? You know, I post all kinds of random shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, the one with your face next to the... He's like, you're a completely different fucking person. I'm like, yeah, I know. I know. He's still in there.
Dude, you would be sweating less if you didn't have.
It's okay. This is keeping me cool. I sweat more everywhere else.
Dude, that is the worst. This
But
is
that's
making
the
me.
style right now. All the
But
bitches have it.
that's causing facial heat. Right?
No, I literally
I
just said
wouldn't
this is
know. I
helping
don't
me stay cool.
I'm not gonna buy that, bro. It's time. I mean,
You know,
are
how
you
sweat,
really?
you know how sweat works, the way it evaporates, and then the evaporation, and yeah, you know how it.
I
keeps
have
you cool?
hyperhidrosis right now.
Not like this guy.
I know I did.
Not like this guy. What about you, buddy?
Busy, dude. Busy week. I had my second complaint this week at work because apparently when you service 9 people and not 10 a day, you know, when you only got 6 hours to do it, that's not enough. But what I have going for me is this. I have a very amazing, hardworking coworker who is literally the head of the complaint department.
Who files the complaints?
The woman across the hall from me, because there's 4 seats in the hallway, and someone in the front office decided to make a mistake, so I changed the hours. There's no more walk-ins. I make appointments because the previous individual had walk-ins, and people be sitting in the hallway, and he'd take 2 a day. So I was like, get rid of that. No more walk-ins. I'll take 6 a day. I'll get more people. Well, the 4 people that sit in the hallway now sit right next to her office, so without ever speaking to me or talking to me or saying hello in the hallway, she filed a complaint with someone that I work with on my off days to get homeless veterans assistance. He was like, shh. I'm like, yeah. Not even a...
Is she just mad people are sitting in the hallway? I'm confused. Or like next to her office?
Well, they're loud.
Oh.
So
Some of them come from urgent care. Some of them come from building 2, like mental
okay.
health. I'm like, I can't control who they send in the hallway. It's not my fault.
Can she close her door?
that is an option.
You know what she can also do? She can knock on mine and go, what's going on? That guy complained about a missed appointment. I'll be like, who? Oh, the schizophrenic from building 2 that I've never met before?
Yeah.
Cool. So that was today. Thank you for the sweat rack, by the way. It is
Without a doubt.
You've been using
volcanic
it a
hot in
lot.
here, which is why next time we're in here, it's probably going to feel like a frozen tundra.
I'm definitely okay. I'll still be sweating, but I'll be better.
I'm going to put so many air conditioning units in this place that I'm going to get for free that we're going to have icicles coming from your nose.
It really is nice in here, guys.
So, we would like to introduce our lovely guest here and why we have her. We're a huge supporter of, obviously, military supporters and first responders. I also work with a couple of first responder agencies. If you're bored and you want to go carry rocks and end of the 9/11 Memorial in October, you can join me with a major organization.
Yeah, sure.
They're awesome. It's called the Stride and Ride Relay. It's great, but we wanted to have her on and let her know that we appreciate the services that she has provided. Talk about a story where her and I have a common past where she almost got screwed and she didn't even know, but also...
I didn't know till last week.
Yeah, she didn't know till last week.
Thanks.
With the recent memory of Officer Chesna,
Yes.
she was one of the individuals that took the calls as a 911 operator. So we wanted to ask you some questions. Obviously,
Sure.
that stuff's hard to talk about. I deal with that stuff every day. Like they're,
No,
people
I
that-
hear you. Yeah.
But I'm just curious as to how that went down, who took the appropriate steps, who needs to be like put up on a pedestal for going above and beyond throughout that day, dealing with those extremely shitty situations and how it went down.
Okay. Yeah. So we're just talking about.
Lay it out.
Yeah, just lay it out. I really can't get too much into a lot of the details on it because I'm not too sure what's going to happen in court. But I know that
you gotta be.
I can't be like specific or like give out names, but I know that I was on the end of a double shift, which is 16-hour shift overnight. Like I got it at 4 p.m. and I got forced into the midnight. So around like 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm already dying, and it was just your regular Sunday morning erratic operator that came in. It's like, oh, someone's late for work or for church or whatnot, and then it just like went into this whole like awful scene. It was just really, it was bad, obviously.
How many I can only imagine how many calls were coming in after the original call. Like,
Right.
Boom, 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 boom.
So in Weymouth, we do 911. We do our business calls. But we also work the radio at the same time, so we're dispatching officers at the same time. And we're also doing EMD calls, which is emergency medical dispatching, and we had just taken that on 2 weeks prior. So we had to go through a ton of training to do EMD, which is also dispatching the ambulances from South Shore Hospital.
Okay.
So we're still getting on board of how to maneuver the radios, how to run people, how to pick up the business line. There's only 2 of us on the midnight. So when those calls started to come in, everything was bombarded. And then I got the 911 call from his girlfriend, which is in the news. So they already released that information. But I got the call from the girlfriend of Manny Lopez, who shot Chesna. And
She called?
She called.
Wow.
Yeah, she did. Warning that, her boyfriend was acting erratic. He had manic episodes. He was just not right in the head, and it was kind of all happening at the same time. So people were calling in, oh, there's an erratic operator, and all of a sudden he gets in a car wreck. And so now he's on foot running, and I'm like, why is this guy running away from the scene? Like, why? Like, he just got in maybe he's on drugs,
Right.
like, what's going on? Does he not want to get caught? Does he have a warrant? But then everything started happening and going down. It was just terrible. And we just kind of looked at each other like, what's going on? And then all we heard over the radio was like, shots fired. And that was from, I believe,
Once you hear that,
we just stared at each other. And I know from like my training, like in the military, you don't talk on the radio. Like there's nothing that I need to say on dispatch end that is going to help them on their end,
Right.
because shots fired, we don't know who has
you
a
need
weapon.
them to be talking on the ground.
Yeah,
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 you
and
don't
we,
need to be
we need to
confusing
keep
that,
the
yeah.
radio clear, and so that's what happened. And then we heard officer down, and we're like, oh my god! And then people start calling in, so we're trying to answer the phones, we're trying to be on the radio. The watch commander comes in, everything just is and that's around the time of a shift change. So you have people coming in. I had the
How do you do a shift
Yeah, do
change
you
at
have
that
to-
point?
Do you have to stay there until everything's
Yes,
said?
if no one shows up
or is it-
for their shift, like if they're
Your
sick, you
sixth
get
general?
forced into the next shift. So like
Oh,
you don't
okay.
know if someone calls in like even like 3 minutes before their shift, you have to stay. So the shift changed. There was now 3 dispatchers in the for Weymouth in the daytime. So and there was only 2 when it happened, and it was a cluster. Just trying to like brief everyone on what was happening, get us off the radios because we're like shocked. And
Right.
my partner was out for weeks for stress. like weeks. She didn't come back for like, I think like 2 or 3 months.
It's a lot to
Yeah.
deal with, like someone's death.
Right, and she's
listening
been
to
a dispatcher for like 16 years. And I had only been a dispatcher for 2 years. So, you know, to have our senior union president just like completely, like that was the first, you know, officer killed on her watch, and she just couldn't handle it.
I think it was either, I'm shooting off cuff here, but it was either his partner, or I don't think it was another family member, because I grew up with Eric.
Yeah.
So we were kind of friends, same union.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But 2 houses down from me was either his partner or assistant partner, because I had probably 115 vehicles in my neighborhood, and I'm like, hell is going on here? No one's ever been here. And my wife was like, it's Weymouth PD. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, something's going on here. Like, I don't know. And it's a young man, so I don't think he was like a commander, a lieutenant, or a captain or something like that. So we assumed, and then we're later told like that could have been his partner.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So I don't know how long his partner has been out, but he's a great neighbor. You know what I mean? The guy's a great dude. And that's a horrible shit situation to deal with. You know
Awful.
what I mean?
And I was like, you know, so new. I was only a dispatch for like 2 years, but I still had like the military like behind me, like it was like MP land. So I'm getting military police land. So I'm trying to like figure out where they are on the scene. I'm looking up, you know, what street they're on, but I'm also dispatching the ambulances at the same
So
time.
do you call for the bus as soon as they say officer down?
Yeah, I had to call for the paramedics, and I'm like, you know, the paramedics, you know, get to this street and, you know, just proceed with caution. I have no idea what's going on, and we can hear the fire radio in the background because, you know, they were already on scene. So it was just so much noise.
Now, did you get the call for, I know this is tough to talk about, Manny Lopez? Didn't we have a Lopez that we went to school with? That's not the same kid, is it?
I don't believe
Manuel lived in Dorchester. Anyways, was it his call came in or the woman's?
It was
Same time?
the call that initially happened was the erratic operators. We were getting erratic operator for a white vehicle going up Route 18. And then it
Okay.
was his girlfriend who called warning.
While
And
she was with him?
no, he had stolen a car, like stolen her mom's car or something. So then she called warning that he had stolen the car and that he wasn't in his right mind. So, and then what happens with, sometimes our computers go down, and so I'm trying to run his name, because I knew I've heard the name before, run his name, but nothing's coming up. It's a blank screen. I have to go into a different window, and there's 4 different, profiles for this name, and I'm like, well, which one is it? And I'm also asking her on the phone, what's his date of birth? And then the phones are ringing. And then all of a sudden he's on foot. What's he wearing? You know, what's he look like?
Everything would just turn into a tidal wave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A complete tidal wave, yeah. So
Must have been so surreal.
after that, I kind of
Yeah.
have like a whole like black hole of like what happened. Like, because they separated us, the 2 dispatchers,
Of course,
myself.
they got to get both your statements, right?
No, they never asked for any statements.
Really?
Everything's all recorded. But they separated us and they brought us up to a room, and the 3 new dispatchers were on dealing with the aftermath of everything, trying to do the switch over, trying to get officers out there, and then we have to pull from other police stations for like backup and support to cover the town. And but we were upstairs, so I didn't see that part. And then they told us that he didn't make it. And I was just, I just miss him so much.
Yeah, I mean, I read some of your comments about like how he
Yeah.
used to joke with you and stuff like that, you know, and that
He
made me,
was funny, and he was in the army. Yeah,
He was a vet, right?
yeah.
So
he
obviously
he
you have
deployed.
that other, yeah.
Yeah, and so we'd talk about the army, and he'd make fun of me every now and then with my short hair when I had short hair. He'd call me pink, and he'd come in and check the book every day. Just a genuine nice guy. Genuine nice guy.
And that's what's, I just remember seeing Eric for the first time, like, what do you say?
You don't.
No, I just gave him a hug. I mean,
Nothing.
that's all you can
Yeah.
do.
You know, I'm sure at that point, the last thing people.
He didn't want to hear it
I hate
anyway.
Hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so
right.
sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
I personally hate that stuff in the end.
Well, we had an amazing support from the community. The community was
Still do,
amazing.
yep.
Still do.
Yep.
Amazing. Everyone started calling in, like saying, like, what can I do? How can I help? Can I give money? Can I?
It just bugs me.
Oh.
It does. The Jensen family just bugs me. So I wouldn't-
The what?
this bugs me, like the story.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want me to stop talking about it? No, okay.
Yeah.
No,
that's
why
where
I was
that's
just
what I
cracking a
caught
beer
there
like,
too.
Oh.
You know?
Okay.
No, shit just bugged me. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't have happened. It just shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
So in other news, how we know each other and met each other briefly. I remember,
Briefly.
and we've talked about this on air. So she didn't know until recently that she was about to get royally financially screwed.
And I never would have found out if I wasn't
And
fulfilled.
you, I mean, you were already, not to get into this stuff, but you were already like,
That's
some of us
crazy.
veterans when we come home, you
I-
struggle, try to just transition
Yeah.
and get your foot in where you're going to be in life and work and live it right. And I know when we had met, you were like, hey, I'm like, all right, cool. And like, I've been there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't believe being able to witness and see the paperwork and deal with the bank, like what was about to happen to you, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do if I see this individual. And then that's when we started trying to get him put in jail, and we did. And now come
See,
to
I
find
had
out, he
no
might be going
idea.
to federal jail.
Oh. Am I going to have to testify against anything?
No.
Can I be prepared now?
Actually,
I hope he does.
my office might have to, in a long down the road of stuff, if he really attempted to put up a fight. I have all the paperwork, and so doesn't my old commander, and then we would just pull you in, and that's what I would say. I dealt with the bank, Equitable Bank, personally.
Uh-huh.
Your name was
I
forged.
had no idea.
Your name was
that
forged
even
all over 3 pieces of paper for the bank. 1 piece of paper with the town of Weymouth. He went into, I forget the office.
It's crazy.
It's underneath the mayor's office.
Don't tell.
Pulled $75,000 loan on the building, which is now closed.
Under my name.
Well, you were the co-signer, so
You signed
so if
for
he
it,
if
yep.
they were going after him, they're going after you too, hun.
You too.
Honey, I don't have any money.
No shit. Neither do I.
I have no money.
Neither do I. I was like, how did we go from we're assisting her, like, because that's what he told me.
Yeah.
And then like a month and a half later, I'm having you put in jail because you're a lying thief.
I had no idea. And I was still friends with him on my friends list until...
Delete.
Well, now
away.
he should have warned me.
No.
No? Okay, well,
he
thanks.
was-
well,
yeah.
now I know.
So
and
we
I was still talking
we had
to him,
the
too.
it was a great event this week. Also at the Weymouth 400. They did a cornhole tournament like we did at the Post.
Yeah.
So you know what happened with the cornhole Post?
There was a fight, wasn't there?
Well, there was a fight because
What
we
happened?
actually had the number 1 and number 3 cornhole team players from Arkansas and North Carolina up, and first place, he paid them out $3,500 cash in person. They walked to their car, came back, they're like, $2,500 short. And then one of his buddies got in the person's face. Then somebody gets punched and thrown in a briar bush. They leave. The people from Arkansas come back. We're $1,000 short, and I'm like, something's off.
Yeah.
That was my first, like, you got all these people here that drove half a country away to come here, and they're coming back wanting to
He
fist
really
fight
hyped it up, if I remember. I even went to that event.
Me
Yeah,
too, and I
yeah.
left before all the fist fights happened in the
So
phone
did
book.
I. I had
Oh,
kids.
man.
I
so-
found about it the following morning,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right, what's up with this? And then the pieces started to fall apart. I started to get phone calls. I called the VA on my own claim.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have anything. I'm like, fuck, I put that in like 12 months ago.
Wow.
That's 12 months of someone's life, and unfortunately, I run into that now.
Yeah.
Right? Where people like they deal with another organization, like, oh, yeah, I'm like, they didn't do anything,
Yeah.
which is actually against the law. You can sue that organization. I was like, I got it. So he should have been sued, but the alternative is throw his ass in jail because he was collecting his children for child support
Yeah.
and he wasn't paying it.
Oh, God.
So we dropped him. So once you're incarcerated, you go from 100% down to 10, so you can pay for a canteen, and then
Ramen noodles.
have a nice day. Like 32 grand in child support, dude.
Oh, my God.
Just
You can
boom.
go from
And she was about to get
100%
paperwork
to
from
10.
banks for a loan, and he was going to take the money and just.
See, I had no
a
idea. He's like, hey, we're
scumbag.
doing
think?
like things with the Post now, and we're ripping out, all the old rugs. We're making it family friendly for you and your family.
You know what that was? He took the card.
Yeah.
So he took the Post card
Yeah.
where your name was on it.
Oh,
And,
lovely.
and Glenn's was on it as well. Glenn knows who he is. You know who Glenn is. So
Yeah.
you need 2 signatures anytime something's paid for. And instead, he got a debit card. So there was $35,000 to $37,000 in the bank, and so the upgrades he didn't have approved. You would have had to sign off on. Glenn would have had to sign off on. I would have had, and he just went, cool. Wood, Lowe's, pizza, beer, wood, vacation, wood, Lowe's, pizza, upgrades, cool. Money's gone. I'm out. Building's dilapidated. Nice for the upgrades.
And where is he now?
He's down in the Cape, isn't he? He said he moved.
No, I know where he is.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No, he got kicked out of that place.
Oh.
I'm not gonna release where he is because I know where he is, and I know there's people that are going to grab him.
Well, that's to you, buddy.
I'm so upset.
You thief
I
piece
can't
of
believe
shit.
you did that. Like,
Hope you watched the show, though.
oh my God.
Well, I've met like one or two thousands of veterans, right? One or two scumbag ones. He's the creme de la creme. Rob, I'm a street kid. He fucking fooled me.
He fooled me too, because he was like, "Oh, we're gonna help you out. We're gonna," and even like I was just talking to him in April,
too much, and I wasn't picking up on it because when he was doing this, he'd be like, "Here, here, 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 here,
Wow.
here."
That's all you gotta do is distract the mind.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. Lesson learned. Won't run into that again. You know, but I'm glad that she didn't get jammed up with.
I appreciate
not
you.
just 70. Oh, I shut it down real quick. I was
Thank
like, take
you.
her name off, and I met with the president, the assistant president of the bank. I was like, Glenn, her off. I didn't take you off because, you know, I didn't think that you guys didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
I have no idea.
He was putting your name and forging signatures.
Well, because when he had asked me, he's like, "Oh, I want you to be the quartermaster." I'm like, you know what? I don't think that's a good idea for me. Number one, I'm terrible
I
at
ended
math.
up becoming it, and it's the worst job because you have to go talk to the bank.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing that. You know, I'm all set.
Yeah, so I knew every bill that was,
I was
run.
like, I'm better as a chaplain.
I'll never walk into BJ's in Weymouth again because we were on like $2,700. Yeah, I got grants, like I did everything I could do.
Okay.
And now we're members in Braintree.
Okay. Well, someone had re-upped
We
my.
had to. The building's dilapidated.
Yeah.
Dude. It's a fire hazard.
Someone had re-upped my membership without me signing off on that, and so I just got a new card in the mail, and I'm like, "Where'd this come from? I thought it was shut down."
Like,
We renewed a few people.
Oh, okay. Well, can you give me a heads up?
I'm now
Seems
the
like there's a lot of secret squirrel shit
Well,
going on in the
I'm
back.
trying to take care of stuff without you guys getting jammed up. So you're a member of the
Keeping me
post
in
at
the
Braintree
dark.
because I'm the post commander in Weymouth.
Okay. Oh, now you're the post commander.
Yeah,
All right.
Mike's stepping down. He's like, I've had enough. I'm like, I get it. And because I do what I do, I'm like, I deal with this every day anyway.
All right.
I'll
Well,
just
good
take care
to
of it.
know. All right. Now that it's all out in the open.
Other than all serious stuff, you know, we like to talk about stupid stuff, things that bother
Katie
us throughout the
Mahoney
day.
loves your dress. And Bismarck says you look
Thank you.
amazing.
Oh, stop.
Yeah?
This is actually from Marshall's. I got on the clearance
I know.
rack for $5.
There you go.
It is? Oh, it is on the page right now? So I gotta
Wait.
I'm gonna
Thank you.
interrogate my man right here for a minute, and you're
Okay.
gonna love this.
All right. I'll sit here.
So when you go home tonight, you'll be able to see something on our page.
Ooh.
Just shut your mouth. I don't even think Brian knows about this. You might want to watch this and look at the page, Brian. Put your headphones on. So I got a few questions for you. You know, I already know you're skeptical because you're sitting back in your seat.
I don't know.
If I had to ask
My
you,
arms aren't crossed.
if
Shut
I had
up
to
and
ask you a few times, Rob, how much, you know where this is coming from. How much time do you spend when we talk throughout the week just disagreeing with me without actually knowing a fact?
Never.
Do you see the page? Look at the page real quick, and if somebody can play the audio, I got something for you. I got our first T-shirt run, buddy. And
So
and you
only took you like fucking 2 months.
well, no, we just.
We what?
Do you know what the first T-shirt run is? I want you to hear the audio first.
I'm not gonna hear it.
He's not gonna be able to hear it. Okay. Well,
You
when
got
you look,
headphones on?
so was it?
Nice.
It's not serotonin dump, you loser.
So which episode is that?
I had to dig through 3 hours of episodes to find it, you butthole.
Which episode is that? Was my question, not what did you do?
Dig through it.
No. Answer the question. Don't be a
I already
cocksmooch.
dug through it.
But it wasn't the episode that we were talking about.
Serotonin joy. It is
Wasn't
not,
the episode we were talking
It
about,
is not
though.
serotonin
No,
dump.
you found it episodes before. Right?
Serotonin joy, my friend.
Right?
Serotonin joy.
Yeah.
There is
Load it up
There is no
because there's
serotonin
not much
dump.
you can.
There is no serotonin dump. I watched 3 different episodes. It doesn't exist. Okay. So I'm just waiting to hear it, Sean.
Eat a dick. But I love them.
Our first T-shirt run is serotonin.
I do
joy.
like that.
Okay. All right. So I just want to let you know that I did do the research, and you can.
Did you or did Phil?
We both did, and I found it, and I told him the timeline.
Okay.
And then he cropped it. I sat there one day at home.
Did you do
going,
that on your phone or?
So he's mad because.
No.
You know.
You found it. I said
Yeah.
corrected. I'm not mad.
I know. I just told.
I'll still tell you to eat a dick even with a smile.
Next time I say I know it's this, and I'm not arguing, just go.
No, because
I trust you.
9.5 times out of 10 you're not right. So I still won't give you that.
9.5 times I don't think is an excusable number that anyone in the existence of time has ever used.
I just said it, so shut up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I should have added anyone intelligent.
Now you know you're wrong.
Yeah. I've been waiting 2 weeks on that. Okay. So we talk about dumb stuff and things that aggravate us. Is there anything throughout your daily week that aggravates you? Like, I'll give you an example.
Oh.
I'm in Somerville, the bike lane in the middle of the street.
That was rough. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. Like, do I stay to the right? Do I stay to the left?
Right. Is there going to be a skunk crossing that's allowed to
know,
just
like
cross
what?
the road here?
How about chocolate milk?
Oh, chocolate milk. I despise chocolate milk
Why?
right now because my daughter left chocolate milk from Dunkin' Donuts in, it wasn't even opened yet. Left it in front of my car.
So it smells like a dead
It
fish?
smells disgusting. And it was right before that I was supposed to be coming here to Somerville. And it must have been 99 degrees in my car. I'm like, what is that smell? It has leaked through the entire
Can't you smell
floorboard.
that smell?
I was like, ugh. What do
All
I
around
do?
you.
Boiled and popped.
It was so bad.
And fermented, and then it's growing a plant.
So all I did was got white vinegar and poured it all over the front seat. I'm like, oh, it's just, and then I just drove here. So
And like I told you,
You're gonna
Chocolate
smell
cheese
that.
curds.
we've talked about it. Well, I threw up Chinese food in my truck a year ago, and it was the worst experience of my life. I didn't go in my truck for a week.
Well,
I didn't. I was sitting in the
It
driveway.
was pretty rancid.
what kind of Chinese food? Wait a minute.
The
Did it taste
the
better
kind
coming
that
back
makes
up?
leather smell like dog shit. Like guilt and accidents.
Oh, guilt and accidents. Okay.
Guilt and remorse.
I don't know. If
I
Chinese
mean,
food
is
comes
there a
back
good
up, it usually
Chinese
tastes
food
pretty
that
good.
you
Yeah, lo mein
I'll
is.
tell you, crab rangoon.
Oh.
Chicken fingers in the vent. Yeah. So melted cheese in the vent.
I'm gonna throw up right now. in
That's
my mouth.
nasty.
I had to send it to a cleaner. I didn't go in the truck for 5 days. I was afraid of it.
Did you leave that stuff in there?
Did
Did you scoop it out?
No, it was just festering. I was like, eh. Well, I had surgery, so I didn't have to leave the house. So I was like, I'm not fucking going to that.
I can't move
Did you
today.
leave a window cracked at least?
Day 3, I cracked the window.
You could have at least opened up for the
There's a lot
raccoons
of
to
stuff
come
I
in.
could've done, not
Yeah.
throw up in my truck.
The
Noxious
noxious
Truck,
gases
number one.
building up in there. Ugh.
Yeah. I was like,
Pure death.
I'm just
Pure death.
I'm just glad I didn't hear a baby meow. That's so wrong.
Trash pandas in your car.
Hey, Rocket. Anything else stupid, Rob? I went to Fenway Park this week. It was hot.
Was
I
it?
worked Fenway Park this week.
Yeah, I should
What'd
have.
you,
I was
what'd you do there?
Well, the VFW office is the service office for home base program.
Okay.
So we sat with all the big wigs, hey, a bunch of people I've already met. Really cool people that do a lot of stuff, but when you do it 10, 15 times, you're like, I'll take the free
You're
ticket.
sitting there twiddling your thumbs
Yeah.
like,
I'm
you
like,
said that last
We've
time,
had
dude. Fuck
we've
off.
had the same conversations 15 times. It's all good. But I am working.
Change it up.
I am working on the Bill of
Go
Rights.
super stoned next time.
The Bill of Rights for homeless veterans. That is in play.
That's what's
That's
up,
awesome.
man.
That's great.
I found the person that wrote the first Bill of Rights for homeless veterans, and they're from Puerto Rico, and they now work at the end of my hallway.
Oh, wow.
And he wrote it and helped write it in 4 different states. I was like, come here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm friends with the secretary. You want a meeting? He was like, let's do it. I was like,
Nice.
yeah.
That's great.
So instead of waiting 12 months for a homeless HUD VASH ticket, less than 30 days, not waiting for a ticket, homed.
That's big.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I
It
was
took me
homeless.
a long time.
They just,
It
some
was
of them,
8 months.
Yeah.
And then I was homeless for about 2 months living in a hotel with my girls.
Mm-hmm.
And then it finally came through and I got the HUD VASH after I connected to the right people. But the Weymouth Housing just called me 2 months ago was like, hey,
George?
no, it was a female.
Yeah, he's got an assistant.
Oh, okay. No, the Weymouth housing was like, oh, hey, like we have a house for you now.
And
I'm
it's been like 14 months.
it was 2 years.
Yeah.
And so HUD Vash got me out of.
So the problem is Chapter 115 is a law for veterans if you make below a threshold income, and
Yep.
if you're especially, different things going on. A single mother with children,
Yeah.
divorced
Yeah.
father, whatever. You have parents that live with you that are, have MS. You got to take care of them. And that's why we're rewriting the Bill of Rights. So what Angela explained to me was, these guidelines are way off. Like, you shouldn't have went through that. I shouldn't have went through that. I was literally broke.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, you just got out. And I'm like, what the no shit, I just got out. Like, I'm fucking
Thanks, I know.
spit into society.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this is ridiculous. And just like other things I ran into too was, I literally just attended one of the first clinics for TBI, PTSD to interact back in a society. It's fucking 2019, and it's a clinical trial. They're just, you shit me?
Wow.
We're just doing it now?
Wow.
They have other programs, but now they're like, oh, well, if you have PTSD and a TBI, well, this is what you want to do. I'm like, I got out fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah. And now? I mean, like, hey.
I'll walk myself through it. Yeah, someone's
Priorities.
saying I'm mentally retarded. I know I am.
No.
So I'm diagnosed.
Prez asked if it was
Priorities.
100 degrees in here, or did you run a marathon before we came?
No, dude, I tried to eat 5 hot dogs, and they're just coming out of me painfully.
It smells.
You know, I did have mystery meat sandwich at
God.
Market Basket. I almost said Barket Basket. Rob was looking at my sandwich. He's like,
I'm going to call it that
Oh,
from now
yeah.
on.
It was like marbled
Starved.
bread. It
I'm
was
trying to get a
ugh.
slice of pizza at Caesars, and it's closed. I'm like, all right, cool.
New location.
Yeah, but so next time we have you on, we want to invite you in our world. We usually do it on the same episode where we have a bunch of dumb stuff that we talk about. Anything that you today, stupid dude. I just the bike path on the way here.
You really don't like
stupid
it, huh?
conversations that people say out loud that they shouldn't be saying. They're like, like and fucking. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
you never know who you're standing
Oh,
next
they're
to.
sitting there with like two kids in the carriage.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm on my fucking way with the Klonopin now. Sorry.
If we sell these, we can get double, and we can coat it with baking soda, and I get
She's
some
a
money.
hustler.
You know,
Zombies.
she had to gather up
You running any
368.
zombies this week?
Zombies?
Yeah.
I see them all the time.
I
man.
know, me too.
I see them all the
Pretty bad.
time.
Yeah. How about you?
Just horrible.
Anything bad
How'd you
this
get
week,
into
or have
that?
I seen zombies?
No, how'd you get into the balloon thing?
Oh, my balloon thing.
Oh,
By the way, I'm a
man.
balloon artist.
BT Dubs.
So,
So-
BTW. So no shit, there I was. Second tour in Iraq. And we worked at this place called the Bidaha, which was a jail basically it was like an in-transit jail. They stay there for 2 weeks and they get filtered out to whatever, Abu Ghraib and Cropper and things of that nature. So there I am, bored out of my
Intake.
mind. And my grandmother sent me in a care package a balloon how-to kit. Like one of those like Dollar Tree balloon how-to
Yeah.
kit with the little pump.
It's got the little pump with it.
Yeah, and so,
Honey, this is how you make balloon knots. You better start making them.
well, that's what yeah. I was like, oh, great. I'm like, and then there was some other stuff in there, and then I was like, well, I'm not going to ever use this, and so I gave it to the kids, over the wire. But I started making balloon animals downrange, and I started like buying from Amazon, and they take like 2 weeks to send to me. And I started making like really inappropriate things and like pasting them on like my commander's door, on his chew. So like when he'd come out, he'd have like a huge like festivities of like phalluses and stuff.
Thing.
Yeah, and they're like, where did this come from? And I'm like, look how talented I am.
How'd you get into Fenway?
Fenway, well, so the balloon world, we're all connected. I have friends all over.
Even the old guy down the north end in front of
I
the
don't talk
pastry?
to him. No, we don't talk about him.
Why?
Because he's really rude. And he
a
likes
North
his
End guy.
spot. He likes his spot.
Very territorial.
Very
A
territorial.
lot of the vendors are like that around town.
Yeah, well, he's got the busking license and whatever. I don't even touch that. But I actually was living in Germany with my ex-husband now. Living in Germany, and I had started a balloon business down there because I had the
big in
American.
Deutschland, yeah?
Deutschland. Alles gut, alles klar. Alles okay.
Still Handgranaten.
Mein Deutsch nicht gut.
Still all I know.
Yeah. And so I was servicing, like, to the Americans because everyone else obviously spoke German. And everyone would have a party every weekend because it was such a tight-knit community. And so everyone knew each other. We were all on Facebook, and everyone would show up to the parties, and there wasn't a lot of entertainment. And so I had like 3 or 4 gigs a day. I sold helium balloons, and I made like a really good like arches, and I could face paint.
You're hustling.
I was a hustler, and that funded all of my vacationing in Europe. I traveled
awesome.
everywhere.
Did you do the train trip in Germany?
I did
Fucking
all the train
balloons.
trips. The bomb.
Painting faces.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
I mean, we get paid really well. So then I went to a balloon convention, Float the Convention, which is an amazing convention that's in St. Louis. And I had traveled from Germany to St. Louis. And it was like a week-long convention, and we learned a bunch of stuff. And it's actually coming up again in January. And I met Patty Sorrell, who's really known in the balloon world. And she was like, hey, if you ever come back to Boston, like, I could use some help.
Yeah,
and so she has the contract with Royal Events and Entertainment.
And
And that's how I got in. When I came back, she's like, yes, I'll help you out, because I didn't have a job when I came back, and I was homeless with the 2 girls. And I'm like, I need to hustle. I need to make
Now,
money.
did you come back right when I met you?
Yes.
You were right.
That was the
yeah.
first time I went
It was
to
like
the
a year and a half
VFW.
ago, right?
It was March. It was
Year.
St. Patrick's Day. Was it St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
It was like 2 years ago, 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that meeting.
Yeah.
Del Rey was there. Everybody was there. We were in the upstairs room.
Yeah. Okay. And that was the whole switch over? Or like
That was the beginning of the fucking
the
end.
beginning of the frickin' end. I know. Whoa,
So
whoa,
here
whoa.
you are, you come
We're not
back.
comrades. We're families. I'm like, you can't tell him that.
Yeah.
You can't tell him
So you
that.
come back from tours overseas, and then it's like you're getting robbed.
Yeah.
You don't even know you're about to get robbed. You know what I mean? Which is horrible. But you know what? Everybody goes through their shit
Yeah.
for a reason, and here we are. You know what I mean? You're doing good now, right?
No, I'm doing very well now.
That's what's up, girl.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
Trials
Thanks,
and
hustle,
tribulations.
How are the kids
baby.
doing? Good?
Kids are great. They're very well behaved.
Besides forgetting their chocolate milk.
Besides that, but
You're gonna
she's
keep
4
bringing
and
that
a
up,
half.
aren't you? Because
Yeah.
it is gross.
My crazy Coco. She's my little Terra.
Coco?
Cora, but we call her Coco
Oh,
because
okay.
she's just.
That's what we call
Crazy.
Chloe, my daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Coco.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, besides the chocolate milk, they're great girls, and they're so adaptable, and they've been with me through thick and thin, still happy as clams, and
Nice.
so
That's good. Are you in Weymouth?
I'm in Weymouth right now. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. Rob, has there been one person that annoyed you today? I had one.
Who?
I asked you a question.
Nobody annoys me. They all do.
Do you ever get upset when you have the same conversation with someone like 15 times and they come into your office and they're like, you haven't listened the first 15 times? You're like, I've sent you out of my office 14 times?
What are
People that just are dumb as shit and they don't fucking listen.
What are they trying to say to you?
The same thing over and over and over and over. No, I need to explain why you need to listen and why the government needs to listen to me right now. I'm like,
Maybe they're just
Like,
venting.
you're that
no,
tur-
you
you're
served
the
26
turnkey,
days in boot
you're
camp.
the-
You're not even considered a veteran. Dude, get the fuck
Nope.
out of my office.
Bye.
And you kicked your service dog. Same guy. Kicked the service dog. Yeah, get the fuck out.
Stop it.
I'm an animal lover too. Yeah. I'm, like,
Oh, no.
2 times. I'm like, dude, I told you. I got an issue. I'm like, yeah, it's the benzos. You've been on them for fucking 7 years, dude. You've been out of boot camp 17 years. You're not getting paid through my
Oh
office.
my God. How
Like
do
the
you-
chick said, yeah, we'll be there soon with the Klonopins.
Oh my God.
I haven't had anybody
I
not.
may or may not
Horrible.
had to stay at fucking Andrew the other day while the train was all fucked up.
I'm waiting for someone to just nod in my office so I can just like put a paperclip on their nose and be like,
It's
and just leave my office
Yeah.
and pull my card and lock the computer and go.
it sucks. Like it's sad to see,
Oh, it's terrible.
but at the same time, like, what the fuck?
Honestly, though.
Well, the machine's feeding it.
Yeah, I know. Rage against that motherfucker.
I read I watched the article this week on the whole story on Rage Against the Machine, why they broke up. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen that?
Yeah.
They couldn't agree on anything. Zach couldn't agree on anything with Tom. Tom couldn't agree on anything with Brad. They everybody was non-political, political. That's why they don't play anymore.
Do you make eggplant balloons?
Eggplant balloons.
I can make whatever you want out of balloons.
There
What
you
is-
go, J-Dub.
What is the coolest thing that you can make out of a balloon?
Or that you've made.
I can make all sorts of things. I mean, are we talking on
So-
small scale? Or are we talking
Like
on
a Disney
What's
character.
the largest scale thing
my
you've
Disney
made?
character? Oh, I love that one. Well, the largest thing I did was in St. Louis. I was on a team though, and we did like a
So there was
whole.
multiple
Yeah, it was multiple.
balloon people.
Like if
but
you could make Aladdin, I'm coming to pick that up this
I
week.
can make a lot. I can make it, all of the above.
It's my favorite movie. Of
I
all
can make
time.
everything out of balloons. But my favorite was in Germany, and I made my entire front yard a balloon castle. And I made a Lumiere out of balloons, and then I dressed up as Belle, and I made my ex dress up as the Beast, because he is one. And I went, well, he is one.
Hey, he ain't here.
Nope, he's in California. But the Germans, they would all come around during Halloween to the American communities around the military post.
Really?
And yeah, and they would, participate in Halloween. So I made this huge display, and I'm telling you, it was like the red carpet. Like there was so many people on my street, like just snapping photos, like everywhere. It was amazing, and handing out candy. Like we started buying candy in like August because we went through at least 40 bags of candy, and all the Germans were looking for the Reese's because they can't get Reese's over there.
Oh.
Yeah,
can't?
the Reese's peanut butter cups. No, they can't.
What do they?
Like,
They get that Irish chocolate probably, right?
I
Like
mean, they have
that,
really good chocolate, but they really wanted Reese's and root beer. They're like, "Can we get some root beer?" And I'm like, "I don't have."
I mean, like I went to Canada, I realized that you realize Tylenol's different, beer's different. there's
yeah,
different
everything's
chemicals,
different over there.
They don't have preservatives in a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I know it doesn't cause cancer.
No, it doesn't. Everyone has a happy life over there.
Everybody's so smiley up there.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say smiley, but they
Hi.
do stare.
Like-
Everyone says it's Morgan, with like morning. Everywhere you go in the morning,
Morgan?
it's Morgan, 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 Morgan.
Morgan,
Yeah, Morgan.
How viel saying?
Guten,
Auf Wiedersehen. Yeah.
Yeah, wooden. No, that's cool.
Guten
Yeah.
Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to having you back. So
Yeah.
again,
We'll be a little bit more set up.
yeah, we want to
It's
wrap up
fine.
with some people what we have going on. If Brian wants to talk at all, feel free to do so. But we have an awesome
Wait,
space
what?
here. It's a blank canvas,
It is.
and I know in the next 2 weeks, I know we've already discussed. I'm going to be in here busy as hell, along with him. Like we doing this and we doing that. Like we have a bunch of ideas. We want to make this spot so when any guest that walks in here, is like, shit. This is what's up. Like we take this seriously. We have for a couple of years, and we're great that we finally have a spot. So I'm looking forward to when you come back and going, damn,
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Not lounge chairs.
because when I have free time, I'm gonna be here going, with him and with him and whoever else wants to help.
He must be super pumped. It's like I
course
could
he
throw
is.
a rock at his house.
He's standing. He's happy.
I mean, I also have no other option. But
I mean, I did.
I like your positive outlook.
There you go, right? I mean, there's so many opportunities for this space,
Nah, this
and we're
is-
just glad
this
that
is
we
beautiful.
Yeah, we finally have a space to, kind of grow our creative minds and really not be restricted. We got Phil here as well, Brian's a teammate as well. So are Prez and Phil doing the animation as well. Like everything's
Oh,
starting to
man.
come together, where it's just great and like good guests with real stories. Like that's what we're all about. We're not about just the silly nonsense. Sometimes like we call our show
Well-
Therapy Meets Stupidity. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
real serious. Sometimes we're hitting here laughing our ass off.
Yeah.
And tonight was a little bit serious, but like we want to bring you back
Yeah.
where we'll have
Yeah,
you
sure.
laughing.
I'd
You
love
know?
to
See,
come
yeah,
back.
now the serious is gone. So the next time you come back, it'll
Say
be a
what?
horse of a different color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what when she mentioned it outside, I'm like, oh my God, you make balloon stuff?
I do.
I'm like, you got to bring that up.
Dude, Halloween.
Totally forgot about
You
it.
know who I'm calling for Halloween balloons around my neighborhood? Because I got the
I don't
busiest
have a
neighborhood in
front yard. I
Hanover.
live in an apartment building, so any front yard I can create a whole display on, I am game.
We have truckloads of kids that come to my neighborhood,
Cool.
and we
You have
Good
one of those
theme.
neighborhoods?
yeah, and it's a lot of kids, but like the whole town is like, so I buy like 15 bags, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
out. She's like, why's the door shut? I'm like, because now I'm out back.
I think we should
You know,
dress
the
up
kids'
for
candy.
the Halloween episode.
Well, we have outfits for Christmas, and we might as well get them because remember our skit that we discussed last year?
I
It's
was looking
the
at I was looking at my outfit the other day. I don't
The
know.
holidays are
I don't
coming
know
up.
if I'm gonna fit into it anymore.
Well,
but
we also
I'll do my
need-
damnedest.
We can discuss with her. Okay, so we've had some things in the works. I'm going to be a little bit discreet where we need a female for some skits that I wrote.
All right, I'm down.
And you need to be, and you already hit a precursor, inappropriate. You already said that, and that's exactly what we're looking for.
We're not afraid to be, anyway.
Yeah.
Be inappropriate. I'm delightfully inappropriate, but
like-
there's a time and place, you know.
Yeah, no, like
and
the-
this is the place, and I
The
have the
stories
time.
are written, they're written good, but it's comedy where it's like, you got to
Yeah.
take a drop.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
And we've been looking for someone that's been interested in like just showing up and helping writing. So
Yeah, sure.
yeah, we're
I'm
always
down.
welcome. Anybody that wants to do.
I think.
What do you got going, bud?
What do I got going?
Yeah, before we get moving.
What the hell do I have going?
I don't know.
What day is today?
It's Tuesday. It's the same day we do
Taco
a show every.
Tuesday.
Taco Carnell Day, assholes.
If you need stickers, we got them.
That's true. We do. I still have some, though I've been sticking them frigging everywhere.
Me too. So I got to give you another stack.
Should next time you're in Park Street, check some lights.
Yeah, I
They're
got
everywhere.
I got to give you another stack.
I just slap,
I'll
slap,
take
slap,
a
slap.
stack.
I'll give you a stack too.
I'll take a stack.
Yeah.
I give
All right,
you-
cool. What time is it?
I
Mine's dead.
8:33.
8:33.
Oh.
All right. So next week we will be on time,
Normal time.
7 and 9. Our goal is
We have goals.
Yeah, I don't want to lay.
We
it
have
out yet.
goals.
Yeah.
That's all.
We have a goal.
Short
that
term
if-
and long term.
If we meet it next
Figure
week,
it out.
I'm gonna be beyond excited to start. We got some stuff with the show. We're tweaking. That's all to make it
Tweaking.
better for you guys.
No
for more
crystal
interactive.
meth involved.
Yeah, more interactive for you guys, which will be good for everybody.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. We would
Thank
like to
you
thank our
for
guest
coming.
member. She is coming back, okay? And that's my promise to her is when she comes back again, you're going to see a different spot. and we won't be sweating.
Well, maybe not as as
Listening.
Yeah. It's our
much.
first
It's a glow.
it's our first show in
Yeah.
here. We didn't want to miss an episode. We want to let you guys
Right.
know that like this is what we
Yeah,
have going on.
I hated missing.
I
I
hate
like
it.
missing.
I absolutely hate it. I don't feel like myself when I miss an
I have
episode.
nightmares at night when I miss.
I don't think you have nightmares. You
You
probably
don't
get
know.
aggravated.
I do.
Give you the shits?
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with the peanut butter gummy brownies that you made?
Ooh, that's gross.
Well, I would assume our show over that
So-
gave you the shits.
With Phil's shits being on the mics here now, let's call it the end. I love you all.
Roger that. Love you.
We love you all.
We're going to be a
and
little bit
we
busy
will
this week.
Definitely.
Taking some photos when we are in and out
Where?
of here, keeping you updated. And
No.
we can't wait
No
for the
pictures.
No, I want to take a picture.
And save it to your personal
You know,
desktop.
are we in fucking communist Russia right now?
Yes,
Well, we're in Somerville.
exactly.
I might, whatever. We'll talk this week. We're going to be working on this week. It's going to be good. I'm just glad that y'all can see some of this. Go ahead. I'm more excited about it than you are.
I know. It was the third time you said it.
Go
I'm
ahead.
aware.
Go ahead.
All I was trying to say was, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Littering and.
And we know nothing yet. And Lord, we know nothing. See, everyone wanna be there for you until they're not there for you. Until they approach that line and their mind pollute conclusions of grandeur and fear assumes. No wonder we're broken and bruised.